Oh, oh, now this may potentially be the worst injury that we have seen. What's up, y'all? This is Carolina Doc PT, and I am a 13-year veteran of the physical therapy industry and practicing and licensed doctor of physical therapy. And today's video, we're going to do something that's a little bit different. So, do y'all know those fail videos? I saw those at the gym recently, and yes, I am back to working out. So, Lord willing, you'll see a significant change occur over time here to my screen image, and I started realizing that these fail videos, there's commentary that I could actually make in our gym. They run a couple of TVs just on a loop with these fail videos, and there's commentary that could be had on that. So we're going to do that today. So I hope that you'll join me, and let's take a look at these things and talk about it. All right, so let's try watching this. Oh, well, right off the bat there. That dude, let's go back and check that out for a second. Do you know a funny story about this? This guy reminds me of, I had a friend, and her is actually an old roommate, and her husband were biking out in, I think it was North Dakota or somewhere, I don't know, somewhere out in the far out in the west, and they had gone on a biking trip up in the woods, and her fiance, actually fiance husband now, but fiance at the time, fell like this going down a hill, lost control, fell, and he landed on the bar going from the seat to the handlebars on guys' bikes, and busted his urethra. Yes, it's as bad as that potentially sounds. Then there was a whole story about him. I mean, he was lying there, kind of bleeding from that area, and he couldn't go anymore, like on the bike. And so my roommate, she actually had to bike for another, I don't know, 45 minutes to an hour in the woods, and trying to find their friends that they were with to then come back and help her fiance walk out of the woods and stuff. And then while he was lying there during that time, he said then all of a sudden he started realizing and remembered that there are bears in the way up in the woods there, and he was worried about a bear coming to him. But yeah, shattered his urethra. So whereas you can see where this guy's fallen, and you would think, well, being concerned about, possibly a wrist fracture or something as he's fallen, although the slope of the hill probably helped to prevent that maybe a little bit, or maybe even hurting his neck. No, there's another much more painful spot that should be considered in this site. Goodness gracious. All right, let's keep on watching. That was the very first one. Goodness. Oh gosh. Got up okay. And this guy, oh gosh. All right, let's go back and check that one out again. Here he's coming down. Whoa. Okay. This guy, not only the aforementioned injury that he would have to be looking out for, kind of in the nether regions there, but man, if you saw the way his hip took a jolt on this rock right here, this guy's gonna need a little bit more than ice. He's gonna need to. He's lost control. Yeah, that guy's going to need some help. He's probably going to need to have that looked at by a physician. I'm not so sure the physical therapist is going to be able to help him with that. Oh gosh, what's this dude doing? I hope this doesn't involve the fire. Okay, that's just funny. So that dude, I mean, if it was the seat obviously took a little bit of the power away from that fall, and so he could have been looking at a sacral fracture there, which is not very fun. But that seat, it looks like it like kind of actually slowed him as he's falling. So now I hope that this is deep water right here. Oh no, dude here just might have broke his ankle. Like he's getting up, but that's a heck of a fall right there. Oh yeah, that dude did something to his ankle. More than likely, it looks like that's a little bit more than an ankle sprain too. Oh my goodness, what is this dude doing? How does this guy not know what is going on here? What in the well? So what's this guy trying to do? So first, it looks like he is trying to do rows, which this weight is way too heavy for this dude. Um, you can already tell. Um, I mean, I don't know. Maybe he'll be able to get that up one time, but he's leaning it. He's leaning against this, so he is doing front rows here, and then it looks like I guess the seat snaps. Whoa, dude, that dude, he he was not too far from a neck injury right there. Like if we come back on that just a second, look at that. The way that his head hit the floor with that much force and that much power, he's that dude's lucky he didn't potentially break his neck. Oh gosh, this looks like something really heavy. Oh no, dude. Oh my gosh. About these things is they come so fast in between. So you just go from one to the other. So let me go back for a second. Yeah, that fell right over top of him. So that dude's lucky. That could have been a really. Oh, yeah, lady. So this woman here, she definitely hyperextended her neck. Let's see. Look at her land. Oof. Her back, that's definitely an extension based injury right there potentially. Not only to her lumbar spine, but really her neck, because you see the force of her whole body coming down onto her neck like that, and her neck bent back. Um, if that certainly looks like that would necessitate seeing a physical therapist at some point. So when you talk about, well, who is it that potentially needs physical therapy out of this group? That first dude that we taught, the first two bike riders that fell down mountains probably could use potentially one, but this woman right here definitely is going to need a physical therapist. If not, potentially a surgeon. If she wakes up and her arm is like on fire, like one of her arms just having pain shooting down her arm, she has damaged her nerve and her neck, which is very possible that that could have happened to this woman. Oh no. Oh, are you okay? Are you okay? Oh gosh. These things that they need to have like a little bit of a break in between them. Goodness. So this person is stepping out of the dog? No, the baby. Well, first that looks like that's a doll. Okay, at first I thought that was the baby actually in the window. I was like, wait, that's a problem. But no, that's a doll. Then there's another doll here. So she is stepping out of the crib. That not the crib. What do they call it? The playpen for this child or baby. And see, what did she hit? Oh, look at the force that she landed with. This right here, this could be a problem too. She's probably going to need to see a physician about this. so we can tell who. Oh, oh, yeah, definitely the this person um, is needs to look at their hip, their side, their rib, possibly their arm, and just get all that kind of checked out. Are you okay? Yeah, for real. Oh, so that woman's just embarrassment there. Thankfully, that ball looked like that was, not too stiff of a ball. It's pretty bouncy there. If that had been a legit soccer ball, maybe a football, that could have either given her some black eyes or actually potentially broken her nose. Oh no. So this this guy, so physics, man. That ball, when you slam it down, there's a good chance that it's coming back up. It looks like he's using a medicine ball, but he threw it down. He didn't know his own strength, and now, yeah, that dude potentially broke his nose. Hopefully not, but oh no, big dude. Oh gosh. Thankfully, you know what? Thankfully that dude didn't. Hold on, let me come back. Thankfully, this guy that's swinging out of the swing, so big guy, but so thankfully, this dude gets off really early. Yeah. So had that dude launched himself any higher, he might have been looking at an injury, sure enough, for himself. But the way that he came off, the force of that just went out away from the swing and didn't go up. And so that's what kept this dude from really having an injury and why he's able to laugh about this. This person, they're okay because of that helmet, and thankfully they landed right there on the grass. Oh no! Oh, this dude's going in. Oh yeah. He might have had a little ankle sprain there potentially, but he looks like he's okay. He's putting his weight on it and stepping up out of that. Oh, oh, that dude. So let me see this dude again. So he's going up. So the thing that he's got to be really careful about, there's a lot of force in coming up. I mean, you've got his body weight, you've got the speed of the bike, you've got the height of the jump here. Now he's going to turn down, so he's got a lot of force coming down this way. Oof. So his first thing that I'm looking at there, is it his ankle that hits? Yeah, so that dude. So, oh gosh. So speaking of the rupture of the urethra potentially, then you looked at his ankle and how that was forced, the plantar flexion of that, and how his ankle was forced there. His knee that he is landing on, he certainly is going to have some scrapes on the elbow, and I think, let's see if his back goes into that hyperextension. Oh, so his back doesn't really go into the hyperextension, but this definitely lands on his back. So, um, yeah, he's gonna need some ice. He needs to put some ice on that dude. Yeah, I bet. Oh, oh, now this this may potentially be the worst injury that we have seen. Well, the two guys on bikes, not that third one. The third one with the helmet, that dude looked like he was okay. But those first two dudes with bikes, they look like those were potentially not even the first one, more the second one than the first one. But this woman, gosh, we need to back this up just a hair. Oh, this woman might need to go to the ER. Like if I'd seen this, I would be really cautious about that. You look at all of her body weight, and she didn't even nothing like stopped her fall, but her back and her glutes, but really her glutes didn't even hit first. I think it was her spine, like the right at her lumbar spine on that step. And so that is what actually stopped her. Let's go back and look at that one more time. Oh, oh my gosh. That just hurts to watch. Oh gosh. So that that woman's. I hope that she went to the ER. I don't whenever this happened, because there's a good chance that this woman might have a fracture back there. Certainly, in the if not at the lumbar spine, it could have been her sacrum there, that may have hit first. But she was just like her feet went out from under her, and she really didn't have any reaction at all. She just falls straight back onto the stairs. Man, people, you gotta be careful. That's why there's a railing right there. All right. Thankfully, she's getting up and moving. But yeah, I bet you are rolling around, ma'am. You need to go see the ER. Oh gosh. I'm not sure what she was trying to accomplish. Oh, oh, here we go. They look both fine. They probably are all right from that. Oh, that's a dog fail. Oh, here we go. That dude's just going to have a pink belly. And that dude, all right. Yeah, this dude, he looks like he's okay. And it looks like he probably hit his glutes more than anything. That dude's got some muscle. But if you go back, this is exactly the type of injury. This is the same type of injury. Like, watch what he lands on. So he's going to land on his sacrum. So he's landing on his tailbone. Boom. Thankfully that dude. So so we used to live in a part of South Carolina that was near one of our big lakes here in the state, and um, we would see a few people. You didn't see a ton of these come in, but occasionally we'd have people come into the clinic who they were riding in their boat, and the boat would bounce them up and then down, and they would come down very similar to this guy. Now, thankfully, he actually leaned back, like that the bike. If you go back, the bike actually goes out from underneath him, which sends him backwards. So look, he's popping a wheelie. So he actually is going to land more on the upper part of his sacrum. He's not landing directly on his tailbone. Had he landed directly on his tailbone, he would have fractured his tailbone. But he landed because of this wheelie that he's doing here. He's going to go off the back, and he's going to hit higher up on the sacrum. And if you look at if you pull up and look at a picture of the bone of the sacrum, it's really big, and it's a big beefy bone, and it's surrounded by this guy's glutes. He does look like he is a bigger dude, so he's got probably more muscles in his glutes. But if he had come straight off of that instead of kind of leaning backwards and come straight down, that would have been just like you see or injuries that you see in the lake where people are riding on boats, and they're going really fast, and the boat hits a wave, and that wave knocks them straight up, and then they come straight back down on the seat, and it fractures their tailbone. It's just like the same type of thing as this, but this guy was just leaning back more. So thankfully for him. Oh man, he lost his shoe too. Golly. Oh, nice. That's a bunch of rain right there. Oh no. Oh, yeah, this lady's okay, but man, she probably sprained her wrist. That woman's going to need a wrist brace. She probably needs to ice her wrist, a wrist brace. She may wind up needing physical therapy for that, but probably not. She probably just needs a brace for a couple of weeks. But that was a pretty nice fall. Oh, that that poor kid. She was actually was doing that really well, but the Bush won that one. Oh, oh no. So thankfully for this woman, they make these big TVs now. Despite them being really big, they're pretty light. If this was one of these old TVs that they used to have the that were much heavier than this would have been a problem for this poor woman. But thankfully, their issue is mainly just now having to get a new TV. Oh yeah. So this is exactly the type of injury I was just talking about with that other guy on that bike, but this dude wasn't injured, and you can see why, because this was so cushioned and so thick, and he really didn't fall that far, so there wasn't that much force. But you can imagine somebody, I was talking about riding on a boat. If you're going really fast and so you're moving, and then you add a force of a jolt upwards, then when gravity pulls you back down, you got the speed of how fast you're moving, and then you go up and down, and the force then is a lot stronger than what this dude was doing, just sitting there. I don't know exactly what happened to that. Uh, yeah, you could figure that was happening. Thankfully, she wasn't too far or too high. That could have been worse. Same thing for that little kid. All the little kids are used to falling. This dude. So let's come back. Hold on. Oh, that's a great one too. But let's come back here. Let's see this. Let's see this skater boy. Oh man. So I can't. There you go. Let's come up and. Oh, so thankfully his bike went one way. So unlike the previous biker incidences that we've seen that would appeared really bad, this dude, the bike actually went away from him. So you don't have to worry about getting impaled on it. You don't have to worry about his nether regions as we talked about. Um, but he did have a pretty good jolt to his back. But it looked like he bounced up. You saw also that he didn't land direct, like he's rolling and moving, unlike that girl that slipped down the stairs. And so the force of that, he also it's there's motion, so he's kind of rolling out of it, so his body's not taking the brunt of that fall. But then also you can see right here he's landing a little bit more on his side, so it looks like he's the muscle of his back is taking a little bit more of that brunt as opposed to just his spine. But now let's see this next one. This next one that's coming up. This girl, what is she doing? Oof. Why? I don't understand. I don't understand people. Let's come back to that cat. I don't understand people here. What is this? This girl, she's just attempting a handstand. Let me come back. Sorry, this is turning one of these every frame will pause type of videos. So yeah, it's e-fapping fail videos. Okay, look at what she did. Oof. Yeah, so if you go back just one hair of a second, let's see if we get right there, I think. Yep. Let's see this. Let's see if I can pause it just right. There we go. All right, so her spine actually is coming along with this. So I was wondering if maybe she had a hyperextension of her back, but she actually twisted out of that. So she didn't really hyperextend her back. But what she did do, and the timeline is going along there, so you kind of can't see it exactly, but she hyperextended her neck. So she's definitely going to have like this. It's almost. I don't think the force was so fast that it would be a whiplash type of motion or type of injury, but it's almost. This girl almost would have had a whiplash injury. Let's see how she pops back up. Oh yeah, she actually rolled out of it. That's that's actually what stopped that. That cat, I'm not so sure about. This dude, oh, so that dude, hey, he looks like he's all right, but it's certainly his wrist is what you would be thinking about for that fall. Let's go back and just double check this again. Oof, yeah, yeah, yeah. You saw both of his hands. He puts his hands out, but then both of his wrists hyperextend. Dude here could have potentially broken a hand. It doesn't look like he doesn't have the exact reaction that I would think, but yeah, and he's laughing. He also, well, yeah, no, I'm not sure. I don't know. Oh no, is she gonna slip? No, she's not. Yes, she is. So this one was also, so you would think that because this being a hard surface, that this woman, it looked like her fall was maybe as bad as that lady coming down the stairs, but this actually doesn't look quite as bad, and I'll tell you why. That other woman, remember, she stopped. This woman doesn't. Look at that. She hits, so she's probably gonna have a bruise on her glutes, but she should be able to ice that and probably be fine. So she really landed more on the meaty part of her glute there, and then she also slid. So you see how she slid and moved, whereas that lady that fell and just went straight on her back on those stairs, there was no motion. She just boom. She just it just the her spine and her lumbar spine, her looked like a little bit of her sacrum. All of that took all the brunt of that fall, likely hitting one of those stairs. So this dude, he looks like he's about to get. He's gonna try to scare this chick. I bet he's probably gonna get punched out. Yeah, yeah, you can see that coming. Oh no. So he's either, what do you think? Maybe he's going to do a half gainer into this, and his head's going to maybe hit here, or his knee is going to hit here on the back of the truck. Let's see. Oh no. Oh, it's his friend. So I didn't see that one coming. So it's his friend. So the first dude, this was a win for this first dude. It's the second dude. Let's go back. It's the second dude that we're actually looking at for the injury. Oh yeah, total win. Now this dude tries to repeat that, and oof, yeah, foot slips, goes out. He probably is going to feel some soreness on his adductor muscles there, the ones on the inside of his thigh. His foot slipped and rolled. He might have a little, his ankle will be a little sore probably. But if he actually otherwise, I mean, he might be a little sore also on his side or his glute there where he landed. But as long as he doesn't roll off, let's see what happens at the end of this. No, he doesn't. He's just embarrassed. Oh no. Oh, so this this is also potentially a not a great injury. So this is somebody that because look at the force that's coming out of this. So he's revved up this bike and now he's gonna hit. And look, there's when you so injuries that you can tell kind of the severity based off of kind of how the person lands. Not always, but in general. But you see this dude, he's going to take the full brunt, and this thing is not moving, and his body is not going to move. So his back is going to take the brunt of this rock right here. And the thing is you add the force of him revving that bike all the way up. Okay, play. Oof. Like right there. Let's go back a hair. Let's see if I can get back to it. Oh, come on. Right there. Yeah, you can see. Yeah, he definitely hit his glute. That dude, thankfully for him, he's only going, what's that, maybe 10 feet, maybe even 5 feet. So he wasn't up to like a full force. And it definitely is going to jar him. He this I wouldn't say this necessarily is an ER trip, but this is probably a soreness that's not going to go away type of thing, and so this would be more of a therapy trip. So he's probably going to need a PT. It's rough to tell. I mean, from this one little video, but seeing the brunt and the force of that, certainly is going to need some ice for several days. And then if he's not walking well in another probably a week or so, then I would go to a PT about this. Oh gosh, that guy, he's probably just gonna need some ice. It looks like he may have landed on his knee, there. Oh goodness. Thankfully that you fell into water. So, oh wow, I've never seen one of those. That's actually cool looking. I've seen those off ramps of trucks that have lost their brakes, but I've never seen a video of that in action. That is actually really cool. So that truck, he lost his brakes and he goes up that hill with those rocks, so that way it stops the truck. I don't know what this kid did. Oh gosh, he's into Vaseline. Oh my goodness, he's eating it. Uh oh. Oh, hold on. Let's see. Let's check this one. So this dude, the girl is actually probably is okay because she landed on him, but look at his head in that box. He's coming down. Whoa! Or actually, is that a guy or is that another? I think it looks like that might be a guy that is jumping her up, but let me see. Okay, good. Maybe that's another girl. I don't know. Oh, yeah. That dude, he hits his neck. And he's catching her body weight, so he has his weight falling, and he has her weight coming down on top of that. Yeah, that dude, that could be a really severe injury right there. Look at that. So, I I don't think I wouldn't think so much because it looked like he kind of twisted the side, so he landed on his glute, so he's going to be sore. But how his neck hit, he'd have to be careful with that. If he woke up with a burning sensation going down in one of his arms, he's going to need to go see a physician. This looks like some sort of animal that is going to get in the FedEx truck. Oh gosh, the goat made it all the way into the driver's seat. All right, what's he doing? Oh gosh. This poor dude. This He's probably okay. Let me come back to this. So I think he's already walking with a cane. So uh no, oh, it's no, he's carrying his hose and he gets caught up in the hose. That's what that is. So he goes to hold on and now let's see how he lands. Yeah, he's going to have a sore wrist. His knee may be skinned up a little bit. Uh, yeah, dude. Yeah, he'll be a little sore from that. Oh gosh, I don't know what that was. Guess there's something that smells really bad. Oh, that last one. Let's see that last one more time. So this dog comes up. So she's running. She's running. She comes up and oof. So this also could be like we don't see very much in the video, so you can't really tell fully what's happening with this. And I'm gonna have to get to where I can break these down even slower. If I'm gonna start doing some of these, but if you watch, whoa, there she's going. So her arm is back here, so there's potentially a uh, fracture, but it's usually this fracture that you're falling to the front. It's it's called a fosh fracture where you fall with an outstretched arm. So she almost, but it's not really a fosh because she's lying over to the side. But she's coming down and she's landing straight, and there's gonna be no give on these wood planks. It doesn't look like. Um, Oof. And she just bounces like the dog actually might have prevented her from getting hurt much worse. But that 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 potentially was a bad fall. Hopefully that woman is okay. But I think of these, like looking at these videos, these are actually kind of fun to look at and to talk about like what's potentially an injury or not. So I hope that you've kind of thought this was interesting too. This is interesting to me. I'm probably going to do some more of these. But I would say the worst one out of all of these falls, the worst one was that woman that fell. Um, let's see if I can see it. This one is, I think this one's the worst one of all of them. Because if you just watch her just jolt. Oh gosh, and like I mean, she hits her. I'm just seeing there too that she actually hit her head. Like this poor woman. Oh, like do you see that? Like just all the force, and you can see just her bone just hitting that. I hope she's okay. But this to me is the worst of all of these. This to me would be of the fail block videos. This is definitely the worst fail of them. I think this woman potentially had the worst injury of any of these people that we saw. But anyway, I hope that you've enjoyed this video. If you have, then give us a thumbs up and subscribe to it and refer your friends and, and send it around because we are trying to grow this. And this was something different, something new. I just thought it might be kind of interesting to kind of look at some of these injuries and see, kind of what I thought about them and whatnot. So I may do some more of these in the future if people kind of like this. But anyway, all right. Y'all have a good one. Later.